Hi everyone. Today is a video about guinea fowl or guinea hens. They have a few different names. I'll start by telling you all the things that have changed here on the homestead. We got 2 baby turkeys. I decided to go to the store and I couldn't really help myself, so ta-da! 2 baby turkeys for Thanksgiving. And I got a baby lamb because once again I can't really help myself, so yeah, ta-da, baby lamb. He is a week and 1 day old. I'll do a video on him in the next couple days. And then today will be our last day with the guineas. That makes me really sad. However, my husband, he not only dislikes them, he despises them. There's not much that he really hates in life, but he hates the guineas. Before I bought them, he had done a little bit of research and found out they are loud and obnoxious and said, no, Shay, you absolutely cannot. But we moved out to Montana and there are rattlesnakes, and I have a major fear of snakes in general. And one of my coworkers said, get guineas. They will kill rattlesnakes. How true that is, not totally sure. I did some research and it does appear that maybe they could at least deter rattlesnakes away. I haven't seen any since I've been out here on the property, but I don't know how true it is. But it was enough for me to be like, okay, let's check out what these birds are and potentially get some. So I did my research. I actually did a lot of research before I got them. I figured out what they are like, what they will need, and decided to buy 4 guinea babies, also known as Keats, K-E-E-T, and I got 4 of them. My husband was not very thrilled. Unfortunately, I got them, and he thought they were just baby chicks. He didn't know the difference. And then they got a little bigger, and he figured it out, and he was less than thrilled. And to this day, that was over a year ago. To this day, he is still very mad at me for getting them to begin with. And yeah, so we argue about guineas way more than I ever thought we would, but they truly are obnoxious. So I'm going to kind of go through things about them, things about mine specifically, and we'll go from there. I did some research today and I learned some different things I didn't know. I already knew this, but something neat is that they are from Africa. That's where they originated, so they do really well in dry, hot climates. But they've lived through a Montana winter and did really well. But they are not smart. They lack a lot of basic intelligence. If you want them to go into a coop every night, which mine do, but they were trained to go into a coop every night. Otherwise, I mean, we don't have trees around here, but they will roost in trees much more likely than going into a coop unless you train them to go into a coop. They are kind of domesticated, but they were never truly domesticated. So depending what you research, you may or may not find out that they are or are not domesticated. So, yeah, just kind of a neat thing to have this kind of wild bird running around your property. They can fly unless you clip their wings, and they are monogamous, meaning they mate for life. So my boy, his name is Gigi, has his 2 girlfriends, and they should mate for life. I'll throw little feet on the ground, and I'm sure they'll come say hi. All right, so my guineas live with the chickens, and they live a quite happily, life together. So that one right there, her name is Blue. She is considered a lavender guinea. You can hear my other one in the chicken coop. That's Tipper. So if you listen really close, you hear it's a two-tone. Like people say it's like buckwheat, 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 and that means they're a girl. So Blue, and then the one you just heard are a girl. That is Gigi. That's my boy. He is a pearl gray. That's the most common. And boys cannot do a two-tone noise. They just go like cheat, 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 cheat. And they're, yep, just like that. That was perfect, Gigi. Something kind of neat about them. is both my girls have laid on a nest of eggs. That is called a clutch. And, guineas are really, really terrible moms. And for a few reasons. One, like I said, they are not smart. But two, they will lay anywhere from 20 to 40 eggs in a clutch before they go broody and decide to hatch them out and actually sit on them for their 28 days. And then, assuming they actually sit on them for long enough, they then have 20 babies running around, and they just don't do a very good job of keeping track of them. But you've listened to these lovely birds in the background, I'm sure, and you can probably understand why my husband hates them, because they are an alarm clock 24, well, not during the night, but all day long. Mine don't seem to get too worked up if somebody comes in the yard. I know somebody will keep them for that purpose of hey, somebody's coming in the yard. I'm going to have guineas to kind of alarm me. Most people have a dog that barks, but guineas also work. Mine don't really tend to do that. They just tend to go crazy all the time and very randomly. So, that's fun. Oh, there he's sneaking underneath. But I think blue is really a beautiful bird. That kind of lavender color is what she's considered. You can still see those speckles in there. Let's see. Sorry, I'll unzoom. So guineas can be quite the bullies. Like I said, mine live quite nicely with my chickens. However, my boy, Gigi, is a bully to the others. I had 3 others like Gigi, that pearl gray color, which is the most common. I think I said that. And they were really mean to my chickens, so I got rid of 2 of them because they were being really mean to my mama who had 2 babies. So another weird downside that people say about them is that if you have a hive, like a beehive, your guineas will sit outside of that hive and eat your bees as they come out of the hive. How true that is, I have no idea. It was on Google, so you never know. But I thought that was really kind of neat. I got them, like I said, strictly for the, hey, you're going to kill the rattlesnakes. But, they also, you can eat them. And you can, what am I trying to say? They lay eggs. Pretty decent, actually, during the summertime. And their eggs are kind of cool. They are small, probably half the size of or 2/3 of the size of a chicken egg. But what's super cool about their eggs is that they are good for people with egg allergies. They're kind of considered hypoallergenic, and they have little to no cholesterol. So if you are somebody that needs to be on a heart healthy diet, but you love eggs and they're good for you and they have a lot of protein, guinea eggs are the perfect way to go because they have so little cholesterol. And cholesterol is obviously bad. Let's see. I'll go show you around, but they're just kind of funny looking and funny birds to watch. Mine tend to kind of hang out as their own little trio and go throughout the yard, but it's getting late at this point, so they are getting ready to go to sleep. Like I said, Tipper is already in here making a lot of noise. There's Tipper. So she is considered a pied, or what's the other name for it? Sorry, I need my notes. Or a splash. So she's just got that mixed color, and I think that's kind of cool. You'll probably watch her fly down and look like a complete idiot. But, they enjoy it. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hey, big girl. So, yeah, she laid on a clutch of eggs last year. And Blue, right there, laid on a clutch of eggs. And then one of them laid on another clutch of eggs. So, we're looking at close to 100 eggs that they laid on. And I don't have one guinea baby. Not one. That is how poor they can be. I will be sad to see them go. I really will be. I do enjoy them. However, it will be good for my marriage. This was a decision that I decided to make because my husband let me get a lamb. Not really sure why, but he one day said, yeah, sure, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting a lamb tomorrow. And yeah, that was less than a week ago. So I decided, okay, I'll make a sacrifice and get rid of these birds that he despises. And people are really interested in them. What I've learned through my own experience and through my research is that people either love these birds or hate them. I've given you a lot of reasons to love and hate them. Love, watchdog, cool to look at, neat, unique, lay eggs, you can eat them. Bad, their eggs are little, they make a ton of noise. Those are the big ones. They make a ton of noise. They are obnoxious as all heck. That was just something I was willing to deal with and Tyler was not, but that's okay. So, I'm sure I'll get some other weird bird at some point in my life. But at this point, it's just going to be chickens and then my little turkeys until it's butcher time. So that's what I have for you. Have a great night.